Guys, this is just a quick little video on time management. Now, this is a really big issue for many of us in this 21st century. We all have a lot of different responsibilities in this day and age. We have work, we have kids, we have, friends, we have maybe sporting commitments, we have training. We've got all these things that we always try and balance. Okay, so the old saying goes, we all have the same amount of time in each day. We have 24 hours in each day. How do we maximize those, but actually still get some sleep so we can regenerate and we can still be sharp the next day? So first and foremost, I would definitely never try and give up any sleep to try and get more done. Okay, sleep is going to be the thing that helps you keep getting more done each day over time. When you start compromising sleep, you start compromising your health. When you start compromising your health, you're eventually going to get burnt out. You're eventually going to have to take time off. And as we all know, consistent small wins is the way to move forward in any area of your life. So a couple of big things for time management that I want you guys to be ticking off. Number one, be really, really planned. Use some sort of daily planner, okay? Now, I just use Google Calendar on my phone. And what I want you to do is think about, first of all, make sure everything is in that calendar, okay? Right from your work day, okay? Any meetings that you have at work, any lunches that you have at work, but then also put in things like dropping off the kids to school, making and preparing lunches and meals, training, coffee with a friend. Okay, it seems really dry and sort of not sexy having to put in everything in that calendar, but when you do it, you really do take control of your life, and then it's just up to discipline to follow through on it. Okay, so that's probably my number one time management rule, is just making sure that everything is in that calendar. Okay, now to optimize that calendar even more, if you do have some flexibility with your time, think about the activities and the tasks and where they should fit into your day. So for example, have a think about when you have the most energy, when you are at your most creative, and when you have the least energy, and then put into tasks into each of those areas that fit those energy levels. So for example, if you know you have the most energy in the mornings, okay, make sure you get your training done and put it in the calendar in the mornings. Okay, just by doing that, you're going to optimize your training, but you're also going to be much more likely to get it done. If you know you're most creative in the afternoons, then put any sort of brainstorming, any sort of thinking time, any sort of activities that really require a little more creative thinking, put them in that time slot in the afternoon. Okay, if there's tasks that you know that you hate doing, then put them in a time slot where you are most motivated. So if you have the most energy in the morning, get those tasks done straight up, okay? Get it done so you're not procrastinating about it further on when your energy drops. So that's time management tool number one, guys. Just really nailing that calendar. Once you've nailed that calendar, then it's really just about discipline, okay? Following through, making sure that you remember your why, making sure that you remember why you wanted to do this in the first place. Why am I training? Okay, why am I getting this activity done? Think about the long-term consequences if it's not done. Okay, maybe one day of missing that task doesn't matter, but I can guarantee once you miss one day, then it's much easier to miss 2 days, it's much easier to miss 1 week, and so on. So make it a priority. Other things for time management, guys. I had a few other things, yes. Okay, another big one is using apps such as Done. Okay, Done is a great app for creating and tracking habits. So as you know, okay, our behavior is made up by our habits, and our behaviors dictate our results. So what we want to be doing is basically creating new habits that work us towards our long-term goals. And if we can just tick those habits off daily, it's just going to be dropping that pebble into the bucket each day until that pebble is full. And that bucket is full. And once that bucket is full, that's your goal complete. So the app Done is really great. You can also use just a journal, which is what I use. Have a number of habits that you're trying to work on each month, and give yourself a tick at the end of each day if you got that habit done, or use the app like Done to tick them off, okay? And that's gonna create some long-term momentum. Once you have that long-term momentum, then that habit just slots into your life, and you don't need to think about it anymore, okay? It just becomes part of who you are. So there are a couple of tips, guys, to really maximize time management. But if you know you're a procrastinator, make sure that you work on those tasks that you don't like straight up in part of your day, okay? For me, that is doing Facebook ads and marketing stuff. I've started doing that in the mornings and making sure it's just ticked off, because at the end of the day, it's much easier for myself to say, oh, you know, I've worked hard today, I can't be bothered with it. So get it done, guys. And yeah, I really believe once you maximize that calendar, you really can maximize your day. Give yourself little buffers on the calendar as well. So it's not as stressful if possible, okay? Just schedule everything, including meditation, including bedtime routines, everything there so you know when it's done. Set up notifications so it gives you a little buzz with a 10-minute warning, guys. And in terms of increasing productivity, I like a method which is 25 minutes of work, 5 minutes of play and movement, and then get back to it, okay? It's called the Pomodoro method. So whatever you're working on, set an alarm for 25 minutes, and then work hard for 25 minutes, no distractions, turn all notifications off, no looking at social media, nothing that's outside of what you're focusing on. And then for 5 minutes, so from 25 to 30, that's where you can get up, you can stretch, have a hang. If you can have a hang, have a juggle, anything that you can just to break up the monotony, have a drink, have a snack, and then set the 25-minute mark again. Okay, it's really wondrous what you can get done in 25 minutes with no distractions.